Hello one and all, welcome to Seen Through Glass. You may have seen that recently Shell got me behind the wheel of a Nissan Leaf race car. It was an insane, unexpected, exhilarating experience and just so much fun. But it really showed me how hard companies like Shell and Nissan are pushing in the development of EVs, e-fuels, e-lubricants, etc. And today I thought I'd put that to a bit of more real-world test. I thought maybe this would be a really good opportunity to do my kind of first long-distance road trip in an EV. Now, if you don't know about the Nissan Leaf, it's kind of like an entry-level EV, but it's actually the second biggest selling EV in the UK. However, it is more of a city car. This is the E+, so we do have a range of about 200 miles. Still not ideal for a 500-mile round trip, but that's the whole point, Mike, because my biggest bugbear, my biggest concern about the world of EVs has really been the infrastructure. What would they be like to live with on a day-to-day basis? Could you do longer road trips? When I called Shell and told them I wanted to do this, they were totally unfazed. They were like, yeah, easy, because they've got like over 100 charge points on their forecourts, and you've got access to their bigger public charging network, which is over 6,500 charging points. And of course, there's a whole load of other charging providers. So they're like, yeah, it should be a breeze. Seatbelts on. Let's power up silently and hit the road. Traditionally, especially in moments of traffic, it's quite a lot of hard acceleration, hard braking, you kind of, moving between those gaps. It's all about being as smooth as possible with the application of any kind of power in an EV. So I've got this little sort of bar, says Eco, and I need to always sort of try and ensure that I'm in that window, that very small window, as I accelerate to eke out this charge, because picked a point using the Shell Recharge app, which is 186 miles from here. Okay then, time for my first charge. Now I have ended up stopping a little bit earlier than I originally planned. The sort of range left in the car and then the distance to the original charging point I'd selected, well, it all got a bit too close. I think it was like 5 or 10 miles difference, and I was like, well, that feels a bit close for comfort. So I just jumped on the Shell Recharge app, found another point which actually literally has been 2 minutes off the M6 motorway that I've been heading up, and yeah, it all looks fairly straightforward. It has got the rapid charge element. Fingers crossed it's going to be super straightforward. I've got to pop that little thing out there, and here we go. Oh wow, yeah, 23%, that's what I'm on at the moment. Is it going? Is it charging? 90 seconds in and we've already gained 2%. So yeah, I think so far so good. Just finished importing today's footage, so I thought I'd quickly check on progress and see how we're getting on with the old charge situation. And oh wow, 76%. Okay, actually I've been here longer than I thought I had, 37 minutes, but 76%, that has flown by. Okay, so we were at 92% charge. I got bored, I gotta be honest. I've probably been here, I was gonna say 30, but I think more like 40 minutes longer than I would have if I was filling up with fuel, because yeah, I did get some food and I took 2 seconds to check my phone and things like that. Now, that's advantageous for me, because one thing which I hate about always being on the road is the fact I never get to catch up on stuff. I always have to wait till I get home at the end of the day, and then I've got a whole load of work to do before I can relax. So that is good, but then I was like, okay, cool, I'm keen to get back on the road, and 92% felt pretty good. Always so good to visit Amari. Now time to head back down south. Feeling much more confident about the journey on the way back, I have to say. I feel like I know what I'm doing now. Interesting development. I've now rocked up at my next charging point and somebody's already here. So I'm in a queue. I'm the next person in the queue. Don't really know how long the person in front of me has been here. I kind of want to sneakily go and look at the screen on the recharge unit. Okay, that really wasn't that bad. I think I was waiting 17 minutes for that person to finish charging. I went in the shop, got myself a magazine, took some photos of the car and stuff like that, and before I knew it they were unplugging and driving off, and now I'm plugged in. But you know, this is where Shell are really investing a lot of their time and money, is improving the infrastructure. And you know, I mentioned at the beginning they've already got, you know, 100 or over 100 of these kind of, you know, charge points on their forecourts, and there's a whole wider network. But when I asked them to send over some tips for today, they also sort of did send over some information about how they're looking to sort of improve. Here we go. So yeah, so in total currently there's nearly 7,000 charging points in this sort of overall Shell network, but by 2025 they want to have over 5,000 charging points on forecourts. As you can see, it's now dark. I think that's a sign that winter is coming, or maybe even winter has arrived now in the UK. But you can probably also see that I'm now back in London, and that marks the end of today's journey. And what a kind of eye-opening day it has been. If I'm honest, I've only really got kind of one of the red flags I had up at the start of the day still standing, and I can kind of offset it or lower it slightly because, well, yeah, basically finding a place to charge, super easy, super straightforward. I mean, I've only really been using the Shell Recharge charging point, and then actually using it, so activating and using the charging points, really straightforward, way more straightforward than I was expecting or remembered from previous experiences. In fact, I could just turn up, tap my card, plug in the right cable, and off we went. That was, yeah, I was very pleasantly surprised by that. And then the actual time during the charge, really not bad. And I mentioned it earlier, someone like me who's on the road quite a lot, I really loved the chance to be able to sit there and do emails and a bit of editing and things like that, because for me, an 8-hour day behind the wheel, well, that means I've got no time to do any other kind of work. So having those breaks to be able to catch up on things, really useful. And Shell are really working hard to roll out these high-powered 150 kilowatt charging points, and that's going to make a huge difference too. So, you know, as I learned with that Leaf Nismo RC experience, the sort of development is non-stop in this space, and it's kind of hand over fist. There's constantly new things coming, and Shell are continuously pushing forward. But at this early point in terms of infrastructure, there's already many more positive signs than I was expecting. Huge thank you to Nissan for allowing me to do it in the Leaf today, and of course Shell for helping to facilitate this video, because as I mentioned, they were great and they sent me some tips and let me know of some good recharge points to use. So yeah, huge thanks to them.